I'm Dillatrons2651, or I also go by Dilla, and this is Bully Scholarship Edition on the PC, and the category is any percent. So to start the run, go ahead and hit reset, and we use the auto splitter, so timing starts basically whenever the cutscene starts. So an important thing about Bully is that we track the game using in-game time, and this can be shown in the stats menu, in the pause menu. So the auto splitter goes by in-game time. So right away, I'm just running towards the school. We have to go up to the principal's office, and then we will go and be watching like a 45-second cutscene. So you can skip cutscenes just by holding down A on your controller. And we'll skip it on the fastest frame possible.
Here I am at probably the worst school in the country, whose alumni are nothing but arms dealers, serial killers, and corporate lawyers. Real scum. And that old creep thinks he can tame me? We shall see, my friend.
So Jimmy is just talking about new school he's at. It's more story stuff that we're not really paying attention to since we're skipping cutscenes. Right here, I'm going to jump, and I'm going to... I landed on the railing, so I can jump a bit further, and I'm going to go run out the door. Now we're going to go to the boys' dorm. Right, an important part of this game is taking direct routes and like quickest possible movement. And so that'll get there faster. So I'm going to hold LT here. This is the tutorial fight. And I've played this fight probably thousands of times, so I know exactly what to do. And we are hoping for a good animation once I finish the fight. There are 3 animations that you can get. And that is the worst one that you can get. So that's the slowest one. It takes about 6 seconds. The fastest one takes about 2. And the medium one takes about 4 seconds. So this is an unskippable cutscene. You can't skip this. So you just kind of sit there for a little bit.
Hey, you! Break it up! That's enough of that! Break it up! Why are you not in your uniform, young man? Go change immediately!
No, this is not ESA. Just a submission.
Come on.
Yeah. So I'm going to skip the cutscene here. I'm going to hit Gary. And hopefully he will punch me. And there we go. And that interrupts the animation of Jimmy grabbing a soda, so I can go straight to my closet and change clothes into my school uniform. That is Welcome to Bulworth complete. So we're going to run out the dorm, and we're going to be hoping for a prefect spawn right in front of us. So he's walking away from us, but this is still okay. So I'm just going to hit him, and he's going to bust me. And I'm going to run straight to the school. This is about... getting busted by the prefect there is about 2 seconds faster than just running the entire way to the dorm.
You know, the big ape who almost put you in the hospital.
So right here, I'm going to, while talking to Russell, I'm going to spam LT and A to talk to him as quickly as possible.
Your money! All of it!
Why me? I'm no
And once you give him the cash, you can stop doing that. Then we're going to go ahead and run over to his locker as soon as Russell runs away. Russell is the leader of the bully clique. So there's a few different cliques in this game that you fight throughout the game, and the bullies are the first ones. So we're doing a lockpick here. And this can sometimes be pretty tricky. I'd like to say that it's RNG, because sometimes you can get it, you know, with like a snap of your fingers. Sometimes it takes about 3-4 seconds to fully pick the locker, so... It really depends. So unskippable cutscene right here. After we regain control of Jimmy, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the trash can right there. And what's really important in this mission is taking direct lines. Like I said earlier in Welcome to Bulworth, optimal lines right here really make a big difference in speedruns. So that really sets the difference between, you know, top-level runners, mid-tier runners, and even low-tier runners, is the lines you take in your movements. So spamming LT and A again will make sure you get to talk to Eunice as quickly as possible. stop pressing LT, you get a good look at Jimmy's butt. And we are going to the boys' bathroom over here to get Eunice's chocolates back. Here's another place where you're hoping for a good animation. This can save a lot of time if... So then again, here's where I got the bad animation 2 times in a row. One in Welcome Bullworth and one right there. So that loses you about 4 to 6 seconds every time you get that animation. There is a lot of RNG in this run. A lot of stuff that's out of your control. So when you do get good RNG, it's very important that you play to your best ability. And it can get frustrating when you don't. When you get that good RNG, but you start to play like a moron. So we're going to hold right here, and we're going to run directly to the cafeteria, avoiding banana peels. If you slip on, if you hit a banana peel, you will slip and fall back. You will lose 2 seconds. Okay, so right here we're kind of standing still, and we have to go to class now. So once we regain control of Jimmy, we're gonna hold right and go to chemistry class. This is, I think, the only class that you can actually complete in the entire game. Later in the run, we will be using classes to skip time.
What are you doing in here?
No matter what time you enter a class, if you pass the class or if you fail, you will be leaving at 12 o'clock or 3:30, because that's when classes end. So we can use that to our advantage later in the run.
Very good. Carry on. Fascinating, isn't it? Good job. Keep paying attention.
So just press the buttons and then spam A. So what I'm about to do now is called a firecracker warp, or death warp if you want to call it that. So I'm going to hold RT, run forward, and jump. If you look at the top right in my health, you will see that my health has gone down 50%. And in this next mission here, the setup, right after the mission's complete, we're going to do one more of those firecracker jumps, and it will knock me out, and it will warp me back to the infirmary, which puts me closer to the next. So we do these a handful of times throughout the run. They save a lot of time than just running. So right here, I'm just taking direct lines and following Davis. When we get to our first enemy here, I'm going to knock him down like this, and then I'm going to run over to the gate and just spam it, spam Y to open it. Again, direct lines are very important in this mission, as they are throughout the entire game. Now we're hoping to not get hit by these bullies. See, they hit you right there, so it's not that big of a deal, but when they repeatedly hit you, I'm going to jump here so that I don't get hit. Then I'm going to pick up the brick and throw it at Davis and throw a firecracker at him. When you get hit, it's pretty annoying because it'll lose you a lot of time. Especially if they repeatedly, wail on you. So right here, again, we can't really gain control of Jimmy until after it's up. This is just tutorial stuff that we don't really have to pay attention to. Then I'm going to press RB, pull out my firecracker, and then jump, and I will be knocked out. This puts me to the infirmary, and I get closer to the mission, the slingshot. So I'm hopping over these fences, and then I'm going to hop over this railing. Now I'm going to go back into my room, and since we completed chemistry class, we unlocked firecrackers. And we are going to be using these to do another death warp after we complete the slingshot.
So that's a good idea, right?
Yeah, okay.
Again, holding A to skip cutscenes will make sure that you are skipping at the soonest possible frame. And while I'm running to the school bus that we're going to right now, I pull out my slingshot, because the next scene, you need to have your slingshot out and you need to shoot the bus's windows. So I'm going to crouch right away and hold LT and press RT to fire the slingshot the fastest as possible, and then take direct lines to the football field. Crouching can also improve your accuracy, I believe. So sometimes these jocks can get in your way, and you have to kind of evade them. But I'm going to jump down the stairs here and hopefully not get stopped. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to climb on the tree. Now, if I was super speedy, I would be knocking out all these jocks with a firecracker, but I'm going to do it the way. I'm just going to slingshot all these guys. So if you look in the bottom left where the slingshot counter is, I'm going to wait till it's about a quarter of the way full, and then I'm going to release. Oh, I missed that guy. Alright, so once I got them all, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to collect these stink bombs, and I'm going to do another firecracker warp. And I'm going to throw one here. Jump. And then, perfect. So that warps me to the infirmary, and that saves me from having to run all the way to save Algie. Perfect. So I'm going to pull out my slingshot here and hold RT to charge the slingshot while running. Press up on the D-pad to aim down the sights. Hit that shot. So if I hit Davis there right before he gains a red arrow above his head, I can go ahead and skip fighting those enemies. A good indicator that you've done it correctly is in the top left where the clock is. You will see a red ring. So I'm going to fire my slingshot there to get Eunice and Pedro out of the bathroom, and I'm going to turn on these sinks. These sinks are turned on to skip a line of dialogue that Algie has. He will say, like, Mommy always said to wash my hands or something like that. So that turning on that skips that dialogue. So I'm going to charge up my slingshot and shoot these two guys before they enter the bathroom. If I let them enter the bathroom, Algie will not start peeing right away. And I'm going to go ahead and jump down these balconies 2 times to lower my health enough for a later firecracker warp. And run all the way back to his line. And that's save Algie done. So all this left is a cutscene.
Thanks, Jimmy. Here's the cash. I'll tell my mom that not everyone at Bullworth is mean.
So you're going to turn around right away and jump down the balcony again just to lower your health down to half. And exit the school. Now we're going to go back to the boys' dorm. Start the errand intro that PD gives us. Again, taking optimal routes. And entering. So I'm going to jump into the trash can here. And oh, it didn't work. So usually when you jump into that trash can, you will be put closer to the door so you can run out the dorm quicker. But I didn't do it fast enough this time. So I'm in the normal spot. Spam LT and A whenever you want to talk to somebody. Make sure you'll get them at the quickest point possible. And once you regain control of Jimmy, run out the door, and you're going to head to the boys' dorm. Or, I'm sorry, the girls' dorm. We're going to go give this package to Beatrice. Not PD's package, but the package he wants to know what I mean. So I'm going to jump here so I can skip Jimmy walking to Beatrice the entire way. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and kick this box. And the goal is to not get a beam cola. Oops. Alright, so there was a beam cola right there, but since I was far enough away from the box, I wasn't over the beam colas, so it didn't pick me up. So I didn't pick up. Beam colas in this game are the health items, and they will restore your health. I do not want to restore my health, as I want to do a firecracker warp after this mission is finished. So when you're hitting that box, the goal is to get firecrackers out of it, but it's RNG, whether you get them or not, and it's pretty rare. So you have the choices, or you'll have the, not the choices, you'll get the items will be random, so they will filter between soda cans, eggs, stink bombs, and firecrackers. Sometimes marbles. I've gotten marbles there one time, I think. So chapter 1 is a pretty boring chapter, as we don't have access to a lot of things in the game yet. We don't have access to the skateboard through until we're halfway through, and then we don't have access to the open world. So it's really contained inside the school. Some runners really love doing chapter run, and some runners hate it. So if you look in the top right hand corner, my health is about 3/4 of the way down, and I have 1 firecracker. And when we go back to the hobo, we are going to be jumping on some boxes and hoping that we don't get a beam cola and that we get some firecrackers, so we can use them in the next mission, and so that we can death warp. If we don't get them, then we'll just run to the next mission and use the only firecracker we have. Okay, so great, we got firecrackers. Good RNG. So, the hobo was talking for a long time, so unfortunately I lost some time. So I'm going to go ahead and do a death warp here. Perfect. And this will set me closer to our next mission.
Well, that was refreshing. How's it look?
Try not to get caught by prefects, or don't let them grab you, as it loses time. Oops. Bad movement there, that's okay. So we're starting the mission Defend Bucky now.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Ouch.
But whenever a prefect is about to grab you, you can just jump, and they will never grab you. It's impossible. So we have 3 firecrackers here. This is the perfect amount that we need to use. See there, I just jumped and he wouldn't grab me. This is the perfect amount of firecrackers that we need to knock down all 3 sets of enemies that are in this mission, and we can get it done the fastest possible way. Alright, so these guys are together, so I'm just going to hit them both, and they both knocked out. I'm going to hit these guys. Oop, I missed one. So if you miss this guy, I like to grab the back and just, like, wail on him a little bit. And then I can drop the bat and go open the gate for Bucky. Okay, so these third set of enemies are kind of difficult to learn at first. So you're going to want to punch this guy, and then throw the firecracker once the second guy gets close. It's pretty hard to do when you're first starting out. So if you're a beginner, I recommend just slingshotting those guys. It's pretty much the same, and much easier. So right here in this mission, we actually unlock the skateboard, which gives us a whole new level of movement and skill that it requires. Good. So I'm doing a thing called the skateboard glitch whenever I pull out my skateboard, and that is moving the left stick left and right whenever I'm on the skateboard. This will give me a speed boost than just normally using the skateboard, so you can kind of see it. You'll see the skateboard wiggle left and right. That's how you can tell I'm doing the skate bug. Right here, we're hoping for no loading screen. Perfect. Right there, you can sometimes get a loading screen, and it will lose you 6 seconds. Very annoying if you're on good pace, and you get a loading screen and it automatically loses you 6 seconds. Like I said before, this game has a lot of RNG. That was pretty good skateboarding. So I'm just going to the gym right now, and I'm going to Mandy's locker to get her notes. Another lockpick like that we saw in This Is Your School. So that was a pretty slow lockpick, but it's okay. And we're gonna go run right out of the girls' locker room. And when we exit this door, you just want to spam. Oh, it didn't work. So what you want to do is when you exit the gym, you're gonna want to spam jump. That way you don't get grabbed by a prefect, but unfortunately I did. There's another strat that you can do where you throw a stink bomb and it will immediately decrease your wanted level. But some find that hard to do. Before we finish the mission, pull out your slingshot so that you can shoot Beatrice right away and get warped to the principal's office. So Jimmy and Beatrice kiss. Perfect. Now I can go ahead and shoot Beatrice. I'm going to run towards this prefect, and he will bring me to Carol Snitch's office. And the reason we want to do that is because the next mission that we're doing, is inside the school, the candidate. It's right here. This is a pretty boring auto-scroller mission. that you can't really gain time on or lose time. Oh, you can lose a lot of time, but you can't gain time back pretty hard. There are ways to manipulate Ernest's speech so that he doesn't talk as long, but the experience that I've had with it has not been the best. I found it not that inconsistent. Or, I'm sorry, not that consistent. But it works for some people, and maybe I just need to practice it. So this is really boring. All you're going to do is just shoot the jocks that are trying to ruin Ernest's speech.
I won't mince words, my friends. This school needs help. My help.
And when you run this game long enough, you will eventually start to memorize Ernest's speech. And I still don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel that I know every single line. Maybe it's just because I played this game too much, or no. It probably is because I played this game too much. So this is the downside of doing a lot of Chapter 1 runs. On speedrun.com we have miscellaneous categories. We have all 5 chapters that you can run. A lot of beginners, they choose to start out with Chapter 1 and work their way through the chapters and then eventually do an 80% run. But the downside of doing lots of Chapter 1 runs is the RNG and doing the candidate. And if you look at my splits and you wonder why they're named 4, 7, 10, and 13, that is because if I was doing the strat where you shoot Ernest and it will skip some of his dialogue in favor for a shorter line, this maybe saves, I want to say, like 10 to 12 seconds at most, but sometimes you can get a bad line, which is worse than his normal speech. But 4, 7, 10, and 13 are the lines that you want to shoot Ernest on. So if you're looking to do this strat, I would recommend turning on subtitles in the game, counting each line. So each line is 1, and then and then once you get to 4, after you shoot him, say 5, and just go on and on. But I want to say there's close to like 20 to 25 lines in speech, like separate lines of dialogue, and they're all varying in length. So that's why we use 4, 7, 10, and 13, because those are the longest ones that we can shoot Ernest for in favor for a shorter one. That's pretty much the candidate. Not really too much you can do. Sometimes for fun, runners like to shoot the speakers. It won't damage you in any way. The speech is about to end. Alright, so once we regain control of Jimmy, I'm going to jump down the stairs, pull out my skateboard, and skate to the end, or to the exit. Now we're going to do this pretty cool swag jump where we jump over this wall, hold B, and go over. Pretty cool. And then skate to the dormitory, and we're going to start the mission Halloween. This mission can be pretty unforgiving when you mess up.
What's going on?
A lot of stuff can go wrong, and pretty RNG based as well. First of all, run out the door, and we're going to go see the first errand that we have to do.
Sounds good.
So, I'm going to flick my camera around so I can spawn some people, but it doesn't look like it to be working.
You okay?
I'm trying to get close to a person so I can stick them with the sign. Fortunately, I didn't do it very well, so that was kind of slow. I'm going to get this errand where we have to egg some people, so I'm going to egg Troy, I'm going to egg... well, if I can egg Sheldon, that'd be nice. Oh, I'm not really getting it. So when you really want to be moving towards the next errand spawn mission, so that you can just do it quickly as possible. This one is pretty tricky. You have to look at the person and trip them. If you look away, if you move your camera away from the person that is tripping, the errand will not count. I'm going to hit these 2 guys and that guy. With the stink bomb, jump up here, and we're going to do the final errand. This is itching powder. This one can be inconsistent as well. So we're 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna punch Pedro to get myself a red wanted level. And this will warp me back to the dorm so I don't have to skate back. And press Y to go to sleep. Alright, so now we're going to start the final mission of Chapter 1, Help Gary. So pull out your skateboard immediately and skate glitch to the enemies. Whoa. Or to the bullies, I'm sorry. Whoa. Pull out your slingshot and wait till it's about half full, and then headshot the guys. Now we're gonna skip a line of dialogue with Gary. Oh. Once that yellow dot disappears around his head, you can go ahead and shoot him, and you can enter the basement immediately. Shoot these switches with your slingshot faster. And climb over this fence. Just hit this one with your hand. Hit to your left, and I got a stick. Oh, when you're going throughout the underground section here, you are looking for a stick the entire time. Oh, so always remember your stick. There are many boxes in here that you can hit that have a possibility of dropping a stick, or it's actually called a plank, but whatever. So grab the plank and do this. And I'm just gonna hold RT and extinguish this fire. Then I'm gonna press LB and bring out my slingshot. Grab the plank. And then shoot Gary, and this will start the cutscene. Or, I'm sorry, the final boss fight with Russell. So we're gonna use this plank in our Russell boss fight. This Russell boss fight has really been played with by some runners. Specifically, Iram does Anniversary Edition, which is the mobile port of this game. They're just hoping for a clean Russell fight where he doesn't block too much or like take you down. An important thing that you want to never do in when fighting Russell, except for shooting him in the back for the last time, is using your slingshot. If you use any type of weapon besides your fists and the plank, you will enter a state called Enraged mode, and it'll be harder to fight him. But anyway, we are out of Chapter 1 and into Chapter 2. I think this is the shortest chapter of the entire game.
Well, Jimmy, word on the street.
So as soon as I skip this cutscene, I'm going to run and jump down the stairs just like I did in Candidate and Welcome to Bullworth, bring out my skateboard, and go to the mission. We're starting Hattrick versus Galloway.
School rules are quite clear on this subject.
So, throughout this mission, we are looking for Galloway's alcohol bottles. And since we know this game like the back of our hand, we know the location of all of them. Movement, very important in this mission. So I'm just running up these stairs, and then this one's in the trophy case. It's in the third slot. Third slot from the left, and second slot from the right. And then the third is in this bathroom. So there's a prefect coming to chase me, so I was trying to jump and avoid his grasp. Didn't end up working the way I thought. And our goal right here is to get perfect. Our goal right there was to jump and get out the door as quick as possible. Sometimes you can overshoot it and you will have to escape back. That loses a lot of time. And giving the bottles to Miss Phillips while her hobo boyfriend waits in the background. We soft locked a little bit there, which isn't too good, so that lost us probably like 4 seconds. Maybe a bit more. But that was unfortunate. So Jimmy was just standing there, and sometimes the game soft locks. So right now we're going to pull out our skateboard again and run over and hit. Oh, I'm wrong person. Try and hit a prefect with the slingshot, or a girl, or a child. You want to be busted. you will warp to Art 1. What class you get depends on how fast you were in the mission Help Gary in the basement. So you really want to be fast in order to get the correct class schedule. You'll know if you got it if you get art class. If you don't get art class, you can still continue the run. The only thing it really matters for is Chapter 3. When we do a thing called a bio warp, which is when you die on a marker and it will set you someplace else. But I will explain that when we get there. So now we're starting the mission Last Minute Shopping, which is very movement orientated. So you really want to have fast skateboarding and, you know, not crash into anything. This is all goals you want to have. So right now I'm still skate bugging, where I move the left stick the left stick to the left and right to gain speed. Once you're at top speed, you don't really have to move anymore. But we're going to the bike shop first, actually, even though it's not part of the mission. And we're going to purchase the Aquaberry Cruiser, which is the fastest bike in the game. We are going to be using this throughout the run. So our first stop is Yum Yum Market. And we are going to buy chocolates, flowers, and eggs, and collect the ham. Then we're going to cross the street to the Happy Mullet. Clip up some razors. And then we're going to go to the left and head over to the clothes shop Worn In. And we're picking up the bag of laundry. Now we're going to go over to the movie theater and use the bike that is 100% consistently spawned there. And this, you'll see and hear the brakes going off on my bike. If you look at my controller overlay, you can see that this is a thing called brake pumping, where you spam A and X, which are the accelerate and brake button, and it will give you speed boost while on the bike. And then skate glitch back down to Edna, and hope she doesn't soft lock.
The clerk said it expires at midnight.
Nonsense! There are no fuzzy eaters at Bulworth. It'll last for a month.
So that was a pretty clean last minute shopping. Could have been a bit better, but still pretty good.
Nice work, Jimmy.
So run up the stairs, pull out your skateboard, and we're going to go now to downtown Bulworth Vale. Yep. So now we are just skate bugging all the way, or skate glitching, I'm sorry, all the way to the Vale. I like to stop skate glitching around when I get to the hill, because when you go down the hill, it gives you about the same speed as doing the skate glitch. There's no need to do it when you're going down a hill or anything like that, or it'll just lose control. So we're going to steal this bike and turn around, do a 180 right before the cutscene triggers.
I don't see why something like this should happen.
Then we're going to bike back to the movie theater. Careful not to hit any adults. I've had some good memes with that. And go up to Eunice and just press A once. No, if you spam it, she will soft lock. And now we're just going to walk with Eunice to our secluded spot and to give her a big smooch on the lips.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I need it.
Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and get on the bike. Oops. So sometimes if Jimmy is not correctly positioned on the bike, he will like walk backwards and the game won't know where to put him. So he'll just like get on the bike no matter what. It loses about 4 seconds every time you do that. But it's not the end of the world. So the reason we want to get on the bike before the cutscene starts is so, because you'll see in the cutscene right now that Jimmy is already on the bike while normally he'll just be standing in front of Pinky. And once the cutscene is up and we regain control, we're gonna go right to the clothes shop and buy a sweater. And
Hello. You know you should try the new Aquaberry. Thanks for choosing to shop here.
So when parking the bike, you want to skid around to the direction you're going to be facing when you leave. When you get right back on the bike, and leave it upright. That is the quickest way to ensure that you are getting the most speed, or using the most potential of the bike. That way, if the bike falls over, again, not huge deal. It's just more optimal to leave it. All right, so here's boxing. On PC, it's very easy. All you have to do is spam RT and hold forward, and you will get a round 1 every single time. The console version of this game that consists of like Xbox One and Xbox 360, boxing is a really hard thing to do. Since you do not have the option of using RT as a punch button, you can only use X. And for some reason, if you spam X, it is not like as fast as using RT, and they will block a lot of your punches. So I formerly used to be a console player, and boxing killed many of my runs. I used to be like, minus 45 seconds, and then you would get a bad boxing, and you would lose a good 20 seconds or so, maybe 30, depending on how bad it was. But yeah, just hold RT, and you can still get bad RNG in PC. So you'll see that this guy Justin right here keeps hitting me, but if you just keep pressing it, you'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. You'll lose maybe 5 seconds max. You want to be holding A every single time you defeat your opponent. That way you can skip the cutscene that plays right before you're supposed to do the boxing match. So contrary to popular belief, you actually have to do the mission, the prep challenge, which is what I'm doing right now. These 3 boxing rounds in order to progress the story. It's a complete necessity. Normally these missions are not required at all. This is the only one that breaks that pattern. These red star missions that give you an extra save house. Heck, all the other ones are considered, all the other red star missions are considered side missions, but this is the only one that is considered main story mission.
Give me my prize. There's a little problem. Your parents have to be members of the board for you to be eligible.
And this is just an unskippable cutscene, about 40 seconds.
Old abandoned beach house. Should be nice once you clean it up.
Just shows you the beach house that you unlocked that we will never be using in the run. Fun for casual gameplay. Alright, so when you regain control, what you're going to do is going to run back into the boxing gym and start the mission, the eggs. Normally, you would not be able to start this mission until you have a Aquaberry vest or a sweater. But since we bought that right after movie ticket, since we bought that right after movie tickets, we do not have to go and buy it, since we already have it. So get on your bike right immediately. Oh, this car is fucking me. That car was in my way. But get on your bike immediately and start brake pumping all the way to Tad's house, taking optimal lines, bike lines or racing lines, whatever you want to call them, and smooth transitions into Tad's yard. Right before the cutscene triggers, it's always best to hop off your bike. Then we're going to run straight back and out the gates. Once the arrow appears, I didn't work that time. Usually once, oh wow, okay. So this is when you can lose a lot of time, is when the slingshot doesn't work correctly. Once the arrow appears above his head, you're going to want to shoot him. Fortunately, it didn't work that time. And just skate bug, and we're going to the carnival right now. Oh. The reason we want to go to the carnival is because we are trying to gather tickets and to fast forward time. Like I said earlier, there are a few things that can fast forward time. 1 is doing classes, and 2 is doing things called gokart skips. or go-kart races, if you just want to call them that. But you don't actually complete the race. All you have to do is enter the race and exit it as soon as possible, and you will skip forward an hour in-game. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to start the race, and I'm going to spam Y immediately to get out of the part. This fast forwards the in-game time by 1 hour. I'm sorry, the in-game clock by 1 hour, not the in-game time. Oh, and now we are going to go and do wow, bad movement. Gonna go and do a carnival game, or 4 carnival games to be exact. This one, High Striker, is the fastest, as you can just press A super fast, and we'll get the maximum. We are looking for 10 tickets in total, and since each game gives you 3 prize tickets, we have to do 4 in order to get the 10. So just spam A super fast. And once the game is done, just keep pressing Y and then... So this is game number 3. And another indicator that you are doing the right amount of games is you will finish doing the games with $45 in your account. See, I have $45 now, and I've done 4 games. So you start out with 49, and you end with 45. Perfect. So now we got 12 tickets, which is more than enough. And now we're going to go back downtown and start the Mission Carnival date. Normally in the Mission Carnival date, you are going to be like actually on a date with Pinky and playing games with her in order to obtain tickets. But since we have extra time before the mission spawns, we can go ahead and do that before. Oh, so grab this bike. You can grab this bike, or you can grab the bike in your garage. Start the mission.
So, this is how you
Most optimal routes, or if you're playing most optimally, you will be there about a few seconds before the mission starts. The mission spawns at 4:30, I believe, and you can usually get there around like 4:25, 4:28. But since I had some hiccups in movement, it was a bit slower. So we're gonna go straight to the prize set since I already have the tickets and buy the teddy bear. Oops. Oh. And go right out and give it to Pinky.
Thanks for a great date, Jimmy.
Okay, so right after this, pull out a firecracker or a slingshot and hit an adult. You want to look for a cop. So you can get busted, and if you're in the carnival, you will be busted to Bullworth Town. Alright, so the next mission is Race the Veil, which is a bike race. This introduces all the bike races in the game. So we're going to go ahead and use that Aquaberry Cruiser that we already purchased in last minute shopping. Get it from the garage. And then we're going to go bike back to the boys' dorm and start the mission. And remember to park it standing up.
Hey, Pete.
And once the cutscene is skipped, you're going to run forward and get on the bike. See Pete disappear there. PT spawns once you round that corner. So brake pumping the entire time. Whenever you're on a bike, brake pump, no matter what. This is lots of glare. Means you go in the right way. And just smash into one of these guys. He won't fall.
We'll show you how gentlemen behave themselves.
So all these preps are using the standard BMX bike. We are using the fast Aquaberry Cruiser. People who are new to bully speedrunning will, after they complete a run or a few runs in a row, they will say like, "Oh my gosh, my thumbs hurt so much," and it's true. Even experienced runners, they take a break from the game, they come back, and they play this mission. Their thumbs start to kill because it is pretty enduring to move your thumb back and forth over and over and over again for 2 minutes. And then even just spamming A to make Jimmy move. So we're the majority of the race you are just following these checkpoints. There are certain moments where you don't. But again, just taking as optimal lines as possible. Here, we'll just go on the sidewalk. And then this is the first time where we deviate from the route. We're going to go through this basketball court, and it automatically gets the checkpoints for us. A little shortcut. And once we round this corner, we're actually going to be jumping down this cliff. So do a bunny hop and then do another bunny hop. And there you go. There's Race the Veil done. I pressed Y right before finishing the race so I can skip an animation. When Jimmy's on the bike, he will do like pumping animation in the air. So yeah. Now we're starting one of the most notoriously hated missions of the game, Beach Rumble. This mission can really mess you up, especially if you're on a good run, but it can also do really good if you're on a bad run. So go ahead and grab your bike, and you're going to be brake pumping, and then you're going to bunny hop over this railing, and park your bike standing up around here. Pull out your slingshot, and just aim for the head. If you're having trouble, just get down here and aim at them. Once you hear Ricky start speaking like ha 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 trash, go up to him and just grab the trophy from him. You don't have to knock him out or anything. Just grab it. Once you knock out about 3 guys, that's when he usually spawns. Can be different. Go ahead, jump down, get on your bike, and then we're going to go to the mission Tad's house, which is right by Yum Yum Market. Oh, I hit an adult there. I can sometimes give you a red wanted level, which can be frightening. Don't really worry about it. So run back, get on your bike, and we're going to Ted's house. So the premise of this mission is we're just throwing eggs into the windows of Tad's house as like a prank. And you can do a couple things here. You can leave the bike standing up like that, so that when you end the mission, you can use the bike to go to the next one. Or you can just skate. I'm going to show the biking, so that's why I parked it standing up. If you're going to do the skating, just leave it to the side. So since sensitivity using a controller in this game is really bad, it can be difficult to aim with the eggs. So you just have to get used to it. And whenever you're on a tile, just go ahead and use the skateboard. Alright, and there we go. That's all 6. So we're going to go ahead and go out here. I'm going to hop on the bike. And we are just going to go to the next mission, which is...
Another good deed done.
So I'm going to park my bike standing up again. And start the mission boxing challenge.
So how do I do it, Pete?
So run forward, get on your bike. And this is the last mission of Chapter 2. Take this little shortcut through the alley here. Cut some corners, and then just slam into the door and press Y. Hold A until you get into the ring. Perfect. And just spam the living hell out of RT. Biff is a tough fighter. He's the Bullworth boxing champ. And he has a lot of health, and so it takes him a while to get knocked out. So you're hoping that he doesn't punch you too much and you can just wail on him. But sometimes you get bad RNG and he will just repeatedly smack into you. So we ended with 11 seconds left on the clock. So that is a pretty good Biff fight. That's like a nice 6-second gold, I want to say. Now we're going to run to the left here and destroy this stool. We were hoping for a plank. There we go. We got a second one. Oh, that's not good. Get up, Jimmy. That'd be nice. So usually you want to get a plank out of the first stool. If that doesn't happen, just run to the other stool and you will get one.
You pathetic wretch, hiding behind your friends.
It loses some time, especially when you get knocked over like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the plank halfway through the room. Go ahead, close this door, pull out my slingshot, and just slingshot these guys. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Slingshot 2 enemies, run back, grab my plank, and just wail on Darby. Try not to let him hit you. Boom, very good. You can drop the plank, jump on these, grab a rubber band, whatever you want to do. Alright, and that's chapter 2 done.
Now, Darby is really stupid.
So chapter 3 is the snow chapter. This is a pretty hated chapter because missions are pretty hard and the snow doesn't make it any easier.
With the trust fund babies under control, it's time to turn my attention to their sworn enemies.
But the first few missions, we will not be focusing on the greasers on this chapter. We will actually be doing Christmas missions.
You taught those rich scum a lesson.
But we get to show off a pretty cool trick right here. So, once you load in, you're going to go ahead and grab your firecrackers. And do 1/2 of the firecracker warp right there in your dorm. And then you're going to want to go ahead and run to the school. This is where the class schedule that you got, like if you got Art 1 after Hattrick versus Galloway, this is where it comes to in effect, truly. So go ahead and you're gonna have biology class. So you're gonna run up to the second floor and go to this door. Once the bell rings, throw your firecracker, jump and knock out. Once he hits the floor and you see the knocked out screen, press Y. And then I like to pause buffer. It doesn't really do anything, but it makes me feel comfortable. And we will be warped to town. So what that does is that skips us having to mission fail doing the class, so that's faster. It skips us having to leave the school and go get a bike from the school garage. Whoa. And also, what else does it? Oh yeah, it puts us in Bulworth Town. So it's overall it's much faster than just failing the class normally. So yeah. And once you do that knockout warp, you're going to want to go ahead and go to... we're heading our way over to the carnival right now, and we're going to do 4 go-kart skips, which will progress in time by about 4 hours. Ooh. Thank you for the bits, Brendan. Appreciate it. So some people like to count out loud, some people like to do in chat, other people do it in their head. So that is 1 go-kart skip. This is a pretty boring section right here while you're just doing these go-kart skips. It takes maybe about a minute and a half to do all these. Pretty stupid, but necessary. So I'll actually explain them while we're doing them. We are going to start the mission Balls of Snow. And that spawns any time when you're out of class. But why we're doing all these go-kart skips is that after we complete Balls of Snow, we're going to go immediately to Miracle on Bulwer Street. That spawns at 6 p.m. And when you do 4 go-kart skips, you will get to the mission right at 6 p.m. So you can start it as soon as possible. This is number 3. One more. Again, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. Alright, and that's all 4 done. So in total, we do 7 go-kart skips throughout the entire run. 80% run. And what we're going to go ahead and do is pull out our slingshot and try to find a adult to shoot. and we will get busted to Bulwark Town. Then what you're going to do is pull out your skateboard, and you're going to want to go to the Worn In shop. Oh, that was bad movement. And you're going to want to enter and exit right away. This will make it so that firecrackers will spawn in a certain area, and we're going to go pick those up, because we need those for the mission Miracle on Bulwark Street. That's pretty bad RNG where those cars were blocking my movement. So right here, if you skid, and you will pick up some firecrackers, those will always spawn there if you enter and exit a building. I'm going to go ahead and park my bike right there and start the mission. Balls of snow. So climb up this ladder. Go ahead and trigger the mission. So you want to be very careful to not hit any adults. You only want to hit the people with the yellow arrows above their head. If you hit an adult, you will fail the mission. So I have a specific order. You always go for bikes first, and then get the guys walking. Except for when the guys walking are right in front of you. We have a bike coming, so we're going to get this guy. And by the time we hit him, this guy will be in range. Boom. So that was about as well as it can, go. As good as it can go, I apologize. And once you skip the cutscene, just run, and my bike was stolen. Great. So I don't have a bike, which is sometimes going to happen if a greaser spots you. So I'm just going to have to skateboard to Miracle on Bulwark Street. Ideally, you will have your bike, and you can still get there. I will start the mission a bit later than intended, just because, you know, it's taking me longer to start get to the mission trigger. If you look at the top right, the blinking star means it just spawned in. Go ahead, pull out, usually you get on your bike, but I'm going to pull out my skateboard. And pull out your firecrackers. So aim, hold it for about a second, then throw it. Aim, hold it for about a second, and throw. Oh, one more. Oh, yep, there we go. So if you just destroyed the castle, the mission will automatically pass. Then, if you take a bus while the mission pass screen is up, Jimmy can move while, Jimmy can move as soon as, you know, the bus comes back to Bulworth. So we do that so we can get to the dorm as quick as possible. So go to sleep, and those are the first two missions done. When we wake up, we're going to go straight to the principal's office and start the mission. Go see the principal. Or, I'm sorry, Christmas is here. I would not recommend jumping up these stairs in the snow, just because it can be a bit tricky. Ooh. And once you start the mission, you can hold back on the left stick and just spam A, so you can run out as soon as possible. And now we're going to start the mission Nutcracking. This is about, you know, a 3-minute long auto-scroller, just like the Candidate. Some people find it relaxing, some people find it, you know, stressful. But it's just the music class minigame, if you've ever played that, but longer. So not much to really say and do here, but just to, you know, do the rhythm. It gets really annoying, like now, when we're in the summertime to hear Christmas songs. But when you're doing speedruns during, you know, wintertime, it's kind of nice to hear Christmas music. So you will see in the top of the screen, you'll see a percentage counter. A kind of a meme in the speedrun community is trying to get 69% completion, and you will still pass. So I think we need to get to you get to about 78%. So there we go. We're at 78 now, and I'm just not gonna play, and the percentage will go down, and hopefully it will land at 69. Can't remember exactly what number it is, but I think it's 70. Maybe I'll need to hit a few notes. There we go, 69%. I had to hit a few notes just to say there. There we go. It's kind of a joke that like if you hit 69%, your run will be blessed. But right after the mission finishes, head towards the door, press Y, exit. We're going to be doing 2 more of those. The last two go-kart skips. So just skate all the way down to the carnival. You can also opt to take your bike if you want. Skating is about, I want to say, like 2 seconds faster. But, you know, much more difficult. As you have to do, like, you have to ollie over all of these obstacles, you know, in order to take the correct route and continue doing the skate glitch. Get off your skateboard, buy a ticket, and head for the carnival. So whenever that Aaron spawns, I like to go to the left, because he runs down the right side of the street. So go to the left, whoa, and you'll avoid hitting into him. Start the go-kart race, spam Y like normal. We'll do one more as well. This will set, so then the mission that we want to do does not spawn until 12 p.m. On the in-game clock. And we finish Nutcracking at about like 9:30 on the in-game clock. So doing these 2 go-karts will set us almost immediately. The mission will spawn almost immediately. So run back, hit a police officer, and he will warp you to Bulworth Town. So it is about 12:45 right now, which means I have time to go ahead and grab a bike before the mission starts. So make the mission just a little bit quicker. If you were slow in your movement, getting to the carnival, you probably won't have enough time. But, you know, it just depends. So the mission spawned right at like 12:05 or 12:01, I'm sorry.
Santa. What's up?
And then once you load in, there'll be a little bit of a stutter, but you can get right on your bike and you can take this ramp and go right up. Now, if you can't get the bike before the mission starts, just run and grab it from the theater like normal. But since we have the bike, we can just start grabbing the packages right away. So collect these 5 packages, then go back down this alleyway, jump off the bike, and go back to Santa Claus.
Okay, man. Here's all the junk.
Now for the photography part. There are specific points that are, you know, most optimal to take pictures for. So we take the first one there. And you'll see in the last 2 girls that we take photos of, they're like, they'll do like, there'll be like a split second where they, you know, smile, and that's when you can take the picture. You have to be on your feet. You have to be really paying attention in order to hit these. This is the good girl. Very easy. So this girl, you'll see when she does, like, moves her head, you can take the photo. Right about now. So she has like a split second where she smiles and you can take that photo. Then this girl, about the same whenever she moves her head. Right about now. just a split second, and that's all you need. Alright, skip the cutscene, and then you can go ahead and run. Whoops! You can run up this ramp, jump over, and pull out your skateboard. And now we are going to start a very RNG heavy mission. Jealous Johnny. This is the first Greasers mission that we do. And all the Christmas missions ended. So the basis of this mission is you are photographing Johnny's boyfriend with a rich kid, Gord. Lola is cheating on Johnny. And the cycle, Lola and Gord are on random cycle. There'll be 3 different times where they stop. So this appears to be a okay cycle. So you'll get one of them holding hands. They will get to about here, they will kiss, and then they will go, Gord will give her a gift, and then they will go into the alleyway and kiss. I think this is like maybe the 2nd or 3rd fastest, and then the worst segment, or the worst cycles you can get will lose up to like 20 seconds, because they have to walk a long way. The Gord will run, and then you can go ahead and get a photo of them kissing as soon as possible. And it says return the photos to Johnny, that's when you can leave. I've made the mistake in the past of not waiting for that prompt, and you will fail the mission. So that was okay, not the best at all.
Lola's a bit of a slut, it seems.
I knew it! I just knew it!
So once the mission is passed, pull out your skateboard, and we are going to do the mission bait. This mission can be difficult.
What's this gourd
If you follow what I'm doing, it should be, not that bad. So run forward. You're going to go and grab this bike. It will give you a wanted level. Once the cop spawns, I was meant to despawn him, but it didn't work. Jump off the bike, pull out your slingshot, and shoot the second guy on the bike. Then you're going to want just go to the bike park. If you shoot Gord, who has the yellow arrow above his head, he will get knocked off his bike, and you will not be able to enter the bike park as quickly. That was good. I didn't get hit at all. So what I'm going to do as soon as I load in is I'm going to get off my bike and try to pull these 3 greasers, or I'm sorry, not greasers, preps, off their bikes. I'm going to get off my bike, and I'm going to grab this dude. Oh, didn't really work. So once they get close to you, you can get them. I'm going to grab some firecrackers too, for my own personal benefit. So I like to crouch and shoot them. This will be this fastest way of shooting them. And then knock them off their bikes, and then I'll aim at their head. So that was pretty speedy, but obviously not fast enough. It can go really fast, depending on how much the greasers help you. If the greasers are helping you a lot and throwing firecrackers at the preps, it can go pretty quick. But I'm going to run to the left here, grab this bike that I got off, and we're going to set up a bike warp. So I'm going to wait till this garage open. I'm going to run inside the garage, not on my bike. And once I re-enter a bike, it will warp me back there. So this is beneficial because in the next mission, wrong part of town, we have to go from the school to New Coventry. That can take a while, especially if you don't have a bike with you or if you're just using your skateboard. But we're going to go ahead and skate towards the library. And start the mission. This is another auto-scroller. Well, not the first part. The second part of the mission is an auto-scroller. But the first part is looking around for Cornelius. And there's this cool strat where you can use firecrackers that we picked up in the last mission to knock out
We know you know where he is.
the people. You can knock out those guys super fast. I tried to not get grabbed there, but it didn't work out. That's okay. So I'm still not getting on a bike yet, but once I go to the garage, I will be warped to the bike park in New Coventry. So I got on the bike and I'm warped. I'm just gonna run out right away. This puts me in New Coventry. Pretty quick, pretty easy. So once I leave this tiled floor, I can go ahead and shoot algae.
Algie, you're in so much trouble with Johnny.
If you shoot on the tile, you will crash your game.
So, Chad.
So just skip these cutscenes. So, and then this is the auto scroller part of the mission.
One down.
So your goal here is just to shoot the greasers as fast as possible, and try not to take too much damage, as it will it can be scary in the next mission tagging if you have low damage or low health. I'm sorry. I picked up firecrackers. Ingenious. So when you play this mission enough, you will know the spawns of the greasers. That way you can get them right away. Ooh. There are ways to take less damage in this mission by looking down into your right, or just down at the ground in general. If you are hit by a firecracker, you will take significantly less damage. Some people choose to not shoot any greasers until like maybe the last 30 seconds. Just aim down the entire time so they, maybe can go to break or whatever. But I don't mind just shooting them for showcasing.
I think we lost him. Good. I'm getting tired. Give me a minute to catch my breath. It's a trap! It's a trap! Chad, step on it! Oh, damn.
So when shooting the greasers off, just use your judge on how long you should, or use your best judgment to see how long you should hold LT for, or you can just spam it and knock them off that way. I'll show spamming. It can work. It sometimes doesn't. I like to just hold it down so you can get them almost in one shot. I'm gonna aim left here. This is the part where you really want to start paying attention. If you haven't shot any greasers yet, this is where you really want to start doing it. Maybe even before, like a long time before this. Aim to the right and shoot this guy right away. And this guy as well. And one final guy that spawns right here. I'm going to leave one greaser alive, so I can go ahead and steal his bike. If he doesn't kill himself, that's it. So I'm going to aim to the right here. And once I regain control, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know. There he is. No, where's he at? Okay, well, didn't really work. That's okay.
Oh, wonderful! You found him!
I think I was supposed to shoot the guy so he would be aggravated onto me, but if you don't get the bike, that's okay. You can still get it from the garage. It's just not as optimal.
No.
Okay. So normally if you had the bike, you can just bike. Whoa. You can just bike to tagging by taking the route where you go to the left of the school. But since I did not get the bike, I will be going and grabbing my own. Ooh. See, skateboarding with snow is pretty hard. But I'm just going to grab my own. And not too big of a deal. And I accidentally hit a little kid. So I got a red wanted level and prefects will be after me. Kind of scary, but if you know how to avoid them, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to park the bike standing up. And start the mission. Hopefully there are no prefects that spawn right when I spawn in. Perfect. And since if you are on really low health, you can hit... Oh, I hit a prefect. Nice. This can actually can be really challenging, actually, because if you hit a prefect on the way here, it can mess up your tagging. I'm going to go a bit slower. I'm not going to bike pump just so I can lose them. This can mess up your tagging if you have a red wanted level, since police will be after you. So right now I'm just waiting for the thing to go down. just so I can continue the run. Alright, perfect. Actually, this is not perfect at all. They did steal my bike, which is a pretty big deal. But, you know, it's fine. So, enter Yum Yum Market, buy spray paint, and then you're gonna wanna, when you're playing... Oh, wait, here's my bike, actually, right here. Not too big of a deal. So, this is when the thing called the tagging glitch comes into play. Basically what it is, when you play on a widescreen resolution like 1920 by 1080, tags will disappear as soon as you spray them. So you could just stand in one spot and do the same tag over and over again. This saves a lot of time compared to, you know, moving to 5 different tags. It's pretty helpful. And we use this specific one so we can grab firecrackers and stink bombs. You know, firecrackers and stink bombs so we can use them.
Somebody is gonna get their freaking lights knocked out. Who could ever call this smart?
Okay, so now that that mission is done, we're gonna go ahead and go right on our bike and turn around, and we're going to start the mission Lola's Race. The reason you want your bike is because whatever bike you use last, you will use in a race that you start. So we want to use the fastest bike so we can get the quickest time in the race. Here's a little backup strat. Like in the mission tagging, if your bike gets stolen by a greaser and it despawns and you can't find it anymore, what you can do is when you finish the mission, just skateboard over, and there's a garage right next to the mission spawn point, and just hop on your garage bike, your Aquaberry Cruiser, and that will ensure that you get the Aquaberry Cruiser for the race. Just hop on it right into the mission and start the mission. This is only if your bike despawns during tagging. And of course, whenever you're on a bike pump ensures that you're going the fastest. I like to take the right route here, where I go in between these trains. Kind of fun, kind of risky. Just, you know, I like to do it because it's just the most optimal line. But if you don't feel comfortable, you know, getting that close, that's okay. You can just avoid the trains or whatever. There are a lot of collectibles on this road that are used for 100%. The 100% category. The 100% category in this game is about 9 hours long, and it's filled with RNG and, you know, even more than any percent. And it's a very hard category to run. Takes a lot of luck, takes a lot of skill, lots of skill, and lots of general game knowledge. 100% is the other main category that I run besides any percent. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shortcut here that we've seen in a few other missions throughout the run, and this saves, I want to say, about 2 seconds. Then doing the bridge route. As you can see, I'm way far ahead of my other opponents. And you can just cut through the train yard right here, and it will automatically apply checkpoints. And then finish the mission. I turned around 180, so when I regain control of Jimmy, I can get right back on my bike and go to the tenements.
More bike talk? I'll meet you guys later.
Here, I'll show you.
You smeared my lipstick, you piece.
Alright, perfect. So I'm going to run to my right, pick up my bike, and go to the tenements. So I'm going to be conscious of how many firecrackers I have right now. I have 4 firecrackers, which we need firecrackers for the boss fight that we have with Norton, the tenements. So you need about 4 or 5 for that to work. The most optimal. But 4 is fine to start off with because you can actually get more while in the mission. So run and get your bike, and take the left route here to Coventry. downtown area. We're heading to the... Park your bike up. And run and go inside the window. Alright. So you're going to skip over a lot of Lola's collectibles. You got them when you're done with the boss fight with Norton. Hold air slingshot and shoot this guy in the back. And then I'm just gonna... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. And I'm just gonna ignore all these enemies, run up the stairs, and start the boss fight as soon as possible when you collect Lola's laundry. Alright, so this is the Norton boss fight.
Taking out the trash.
Looks like that's what I have to do. I just love wrecking things with my hammer.
And I'm gonna pull out my firecrackers, as this is the fastest way besides a plank to defeat Norton. So just keep throwing the firecrackers at him, get a distance away where you don't like get impacted by your own firecrackers. And I got bad RNG where I didn't get enough firecrackers to do the boss fight most optimally. I'm actually gonna run away right here. So I'm gonna wait till he swings, and I'm gonna go up behind him and hit him. Perfect. My health was getting pretty low. Oh. Yep, and then you're gonna don't drop the sledgehammer. You're gonna need it. Oh, I shouldn't jump down the. I'm actually gonna look for a beam cola since my health is extremely low, as I don't want to die. Perfect. I'm just gonna jump down here now. That definitely would have killed me if I didn't get the beam cola. Unfortunate, but you know it happens. Run and get that. And the last one. Whoa. Oh, did I forget one?
Okay, now we're talking.
I think I forgot a collectible. Completely forgot. That's okay. Just go right here. Oh. Oh. This is losing a lot of time. It's okay though. But once we grab this,
Why is this stuff
you can leave the tenement, so I can leave this down and escape. So this is like the first major time loss of the run. It was completely my fault. You know, not too big of a deal. So after you get out of the tenement, just hop on your bike and go ahead and go to the last section. You're gonna want to pick up firecrackers again right here, and then and then park your bike in this alleyway, so that as it doesn't get stolen. Park it in the alleyway, it will not get stolen.
Thanks, honey. You're great.
It's unfortunate. So give all the items to Lola. And then we can start the last mission of Chapter 3, which is titled The Rumble.
No stopping, Jimmy Hopkins.
Play skateboard. Go.
Huh. There he is.
Alright. So, when you spawn in, you're going to be spawned in right by this alleyway, so you can go ahead and run into the alleyway, pick up your bike that... if you put it in any other space, really, it will despawn. Simply because a greaser might steal it, or, you know, just how the game is programmed. But the reason you want to grab these firecrackers is because when we get to the alleyway, you are going to want to throw them. Whoops. Fully botched the corner. But you're going to want to throw it at these 3 enemies. So that knocks out 2 of them, and then you can... this is preferably use this slingshot. That guy really can dodge your firecrackers. But, you know, that's about as best as it can get.
Who won?
Alright, so now this is the Johnny boss fight.
Keep your hands off my girl. Get out of here! The cops! You're lucky, Jimmy. I'll kick your ass later. Stop! I'm an officer of the law! Get back here!
Alright, so you will be given a bike to outrun the cops with. Brake pumping does not do a lot for these slower BMX bikes, but it is still 100% worth it to do the brake pumps. It will just, probably save you a second, maybe two. Alright, so when you get around that corner, the cutscene will trigger, just hold A. Now our goal is to take out these greasers on top of the cars, so PD can get to the crane. Alright, pull out your, ooh, that's not what I want to do. Pull out your slingshot and just shoot these guys about a quarter of the way, and you will knock them all out. I forgot one. So, you want to avoid those firecrackers as much as you, or I'm sorry, stink bombs as much as you can. Right now we're just waiting on PD to get the crane, and then we're going to wait for Johnny to go under the crane, so his bike will be teleported up. Perfect. And then let's just beat the shit out of him. So just spam X, and when he starts to block, hold X. So he blocked there, so I'm just holding X, or you can put spray him with a spray can. But the faster alternative is just holding X to break his defense. Alright, so when you get to the humiliation bar, just humiliate him. This was a pretty shit animation. Then just shoot him with their slingshot to end the mission.
I told you, I was the daddy. Got it?
Got it. Alright, so that's out of Chapter 3, everybody's least favorite chapter, and now we're on to Chapter 4.
I've just taken control of 2 of the school's worst cliques, but I know there are bigger problems just around the corner. Problems with overdeveloped pituitary glands and brains the size of peas.
So, this upcoming mission can be a run killer for sure,
The thing is,
and I will explain it when we get there. Basically, what you want to do is just turn around when you gain control, and head straight for the library to start the mission.
I may be a loser, but at least I've got loser friends to hang out with. Whatever.
Alright, so hop over the fence, pull out your slingshot,
Get it, Hopkins. You're not getting in
shoot that a few times. Whoa, and he will give you the code. And you want to collect firecrackers during this, so I just collect the first batch. You can shoot down that fence. Taking optimal lines here, this is the second set of firecrackers that you grab. And then when you get here, you can just jump over these animate. Oh, it didn't work. Oh no, 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 no. This is unoptimal as fuck. Don't follow this. Usually you can just jump over those enemies. Alright. So shoot these guys. Whoop, I missed one. And then aim down sights and aim for this transformer. Alright, so this is where you can end up losing some time. Or, I'm sorry, not losing time, is when you can actually die in this part. So, you're going to want to shoot these 2 nerds. And then, I'm going to personally switch to keyboard and mouse right now. Oops. So I can have oh, that's not working. All right, never mind. I'm not going to switch to keyboard and mouse. Usually you can get increased sensitivity, but I think my mouse is just not binded right now. But, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to destroy these observatory doors with the spud cannon. And these nerds up here that have firecracker launchers will shoot at you and they will kill you if you're not careful. So I'm going to take the ultra safe route, which consists of just shooting every single nerd. Oh, see, look, I already got, I'm already at half health. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just grab a cola real quick. So this is when they can, like, really, you know, fuck up your run. With one good shot, and they will legit kill you. But the top ones have spawned now, so the ultra safe route consists of just shooting down all the nerds. This loses, of course, the most amount of time, but it's... And I'm just going to finish shooting these guys. And then there's a cool little thing where you can Jimmy will run.
Ernest, what are you doing? Give it up, dork. You work for...
Okay.
You think it's funny now? One day I'll invent a better nuclear bomb. Then you'll be sorry.
So basically what you want to do in this section is crouch and aim at these things and you will Jesus. It will destroy them. Oh, this is not good. I don't know why it's taking Jim or hello. Hello? Alright, this is really bad. I can't aim. There. Oh, I'm gonna actually die. Wow. That's probably the worst I've ever done it. I'm gonna grab this cola actually, so I don't fucking die. Really bad demonstration, but all you're gonna do is want to just crouch and shoot those guys. It's just the fastest way possible. Sometimes you can see, like I did, just get fucked over. I just couldn't aim. Wasn't aiming for me. Anyway, skip the cutscene. And then once you gain control of Jimmy, just press RB and do a firecracker warp. You will be at half health from the Ernest fight, and it will, I think it actually already automatically sets you at low health, even if you didn't really take that much damage from the fight itself. Don't start that first mission there, you actually have to go inside the library. That's a noob mistake. You start character sheets there, we want to start Funhouse Fun. Alright, so once you start the mission, pull out your skateboard, and we're going to skate down to the carnival. So taking, using the skateboard is, it takes a lot of practice. So if you're going to run this game, I totally recommend just practicing skating around the town of Bullworth. Taking sharp corners, seeing how the skateboard controls when going at top speeds. And pull out your spud gun right here. So we're going to use this, this mission is probably one of my favorite missions just because it's so organized. We're going to use the spud gun on these first two sets of enemies. Knocks them out with one hit. Pull up here. And then when you're climbing the ladder, switch over to your firecracker. Get to do a really cool thing after we get past these graveyard people. You can just jump and you will not get hit. Sometimes you'll get unlucky and just get knocked over. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to spam LT and RT and they will get knocked over. And sometimes if you miss one, you'll just have to knock them out with the Grim Reaper. But much faster than, knocking them all out with the Grim Reaper. This is the maze room. So you're going to take the first left. And then, whoops. Hit this button. Select Bucky. Run all the way back. Oop. And skate towards Fatty. Now, if you look at the minimap, you have to wait till Bucky crosses the threshold. Oh, I did it wrong. See, if you hit the button too quick, Bucky will get stuck behind the door and you can't progress. Need them both to be right next to you in order for that door to unlock. Pull out your spud gun again here and shoot this guy once and then hit him. This will knock him out. And press Y to disable the miners. Alright, run backward. Then for this guy, you can just go ahead and jump. You know, skip hitting him down. When you respawn in, he will not attack you. Skateboard down once more. And then jump and avoid getting hit. Okay. Open that door. Collect Bucky. Collect Fatty. And then exit the funhouse, and that is funhouse fun done.
Your task is complete, brave knight.
Okay, so when you're at this segment, you're going to be wanting to look for adults to hit with your slingshot and then get busted and brought to Bulworth. So instead of grabbing your bike out here, you're actually just going to, once you get busted, just hit this bus stop. Ooh, overshot it a little bit. Okay, so hit the bus stop, then go ahead and skateboard back to the dorm, and we are going to sleep. So after you wake up, you're going to want to exit the boys' dorm and skate over to the garage and pick up a bike and marbles. There are marbles that consistently spawn outside, right next to the school bus, the broken down school bus, which leads to the hobo's place. These marbles are consistent, so go ahead, skate over, grab the marbles, turn around, and go and grab the bike. You need the marbles for a later mission. And now you're going to want to take your bike and go to the observatory, where we fought the nerds in Stronghold Assault. Park your bike, open the gate, start the mission paparazzi. So basically what we're doing in this mission is we are taking illegal photos. Cheerleader, do not a good idea.
Good to see you.
You will go to jail, and it's creepy as fuck. The pervs do that. But this is a video game, so. Alright. So take your bike, and our first photo is at the gym. Pull out your camera right before you enter the gym class. Press up on the D-pad and take the photo. And skip that cutscene of a girl falling over. You can just run out the gym. Now our next stop is to go to the girls' dorm. And this section can be difficult for people who don't understand. So what you're going to do is you're going to aim, once you enter the girls' dorm, shoot that lamp and shoot that chair. Wait for Miss Peabody to go down the stairs. Then you're going to go ahead and jump up. Oh, there we go. And jump up the bookcase and then go to the girls' bathroom.
Much better. Now I'm ready to dazzle everyone with my charisma and
Back when I first started running this game, this was that was pretty difficult for me. You had to just learn to do it the right way, and you get it every time. And go ahead, take your last photo of Mandy, and then you can run out the library with girls' dorm with no precautions. If you get seen by Miss Peabody before taking all your photos of Mandy, you will be sent out of the girls' dorm. Nice loading screen. You will be sent out of the girls' dorm and you will have to retry. This loses probably about, I want to say like 20 seconds every time. So don't Okay. I thought I was gonna hit Ernest there and fail the mission. Kind of scared me a little bit, but that's okay.
Student of anatomy, you know.
Alright, after you pass the mission, get right back on your bike, and we're going to go do the mission Defender of the Castle, which is back at the observatory. We need the bike here, because in Defender of the Castle mission, in order for the mission to progress as quickly as possible, we have to destroy our own barricade. The jocks... Whoops. The wrong place to park. The jocks will do this normally by themselves, but we want to do it as quick as possible just so the mission can finish. So I will demonstrate what that looks like soon.
Oh, here?
After skipping the cutscene, just run forward a little bit. Your bike will be right next to you. I do not recommend brake pumping through these tight areas just because it can be a bit dangerous. But destroy the barricade and turn around as quickly as possible. Then just make your way through these tight corners and park your bike standing up right here. Pull out your slingshot as you're going to be using this. Get on the spud cannon for 1 second, then jump off. And you're going to be shooting down these jocks with your slingshot. Ooh. So the ones with red arrows on their head are necessary to take out. These guys are not, but it's a good idea to take them out. Just because they can mess up your shots and hit you. So just shoot him as quickly as possible. A full bar is usually needed. I like to do, or 3/4 at least. Yeah. So that was okay. Definitely always can be faster, but that's fine. So after the mission finishes, go behind you and jump down. This mission, nice outfit, can be inconsistent. Pretty RNG, and you'll see why. So, as the mission starts, run forward and grab your bike and have your marbles out. You are going to be looking for this mascot right over here. This looks like a pretty good class, or cycle.
Don't mess with me now.
So I usually like to wait for him to come to a full stop. And I like to throw... Okay. I don't know if I grabbed the bat or not. But what you're supposed to do is you throw marbles at the mascot, and you grab the bite, and you grab the bats. I don't know if I grabbed it or not. I did not. So I don't know why I didn't, but if you don't, here's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna slingshot him and hit him, and then move back, slingshot, hit, move back, slingshot, hit, boom, 1, 2, 3. It's a lot slower than using the plank that you get, or the bat. I'm sorry. But this will be the fastest alternative to not having the when he says activate bull power, you know, he will do an attack that will hit you and knock you down. Pretty annoying, will lose you about 20 seconds. There's the attack. I think he becomes immune to the slingshot when he does that. If he does hit you with the bull power, you are going to want to run as close to him, and then when he starts charging at you, you know, just get out of the way, and he'll run into the closest wall. So I'm going to humiliate him, then I'm going to just knock him out with the final slingshot. So yeah, that was really slow just because I did not have the bat. If you get the perfect cycle and you get the bat, you can do this mission in about a minute, seconds. Alright, now we're going to start Discretion Assured, which is when we cover up Mandy's posters that the nerds have printed out. These are the photos that we took, paparazzi. So we're kind of, like, even though we hurt Mandy, we are trying to make amends with her by covering up the posters that the nerds have printed all over town. So I'm getting chased by a prefect right now, so I'm trying to get away from them as fast as possible.
I think I've got some mayonnaise on my pants.
So now, go ahead and skateboard into town. There are some pretty cool strats for this mission that allow you to skip a lot of fighting. As we are wearing the bull costume, we do not have access to projectiles, so our main goal in this mission is to not fight anybody. Because it is very slow to hit people with our fists instead of using our weapons. Go ahead, skateboard over to the movie theater and cover up this one that these grown men are watching. Very gross.
Good thing my wife didn't see me looking at that.
Okay. So this is a part where movement is pretty important. So I'm going to turn around right here, and I'm going to go straight for Yum Yum Market. And enter ASAP. And I'm going to hit left 2 times in order to buy spray paint. Then I'm going to go over to the comic book shop. I'm going to press Y once, then press Y again, enter the shop, exit. Then when I spray over this tag, these jocks will not fight me. And then I'm going to go over, take this main street down to the town center. I can probably get there before Tad if I try. Ah, it bounced me the wrong way. And then just spray over this last tag. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pull out a skateboard, go down, avoid all these pedestrians, and take the bus and travel back to the school. That was pretty good movement. And yeah. Perfect.
Oh, you are the sweetest boy ever!
I got something to show you.
You know, Jimmy, I think I might like you.
So that is the discretion assured mission passed. Cool.
Ain't no stopping Jimmy Hop.
And go ahead and move right to your right, and then we're going to start the final mission of Chapter 4, the big game. Cornelius kind of got in my way there. Not very cool. Just skateboard to this mission. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, okay. So I have separate splits here for one mission. The big game consists of 2 parts. The first part where you're talking to our nerds and trying to sabotage the game. And the second part where you're actually fighting the jocks. So I have 2 splits, one for nerd agents and one for the jock fight. So run forward and do LT and A to start the bull dance. This is hopefully the only time that we will be doing the bull dance. But a good note is that if you get antagonized by jocks, you can do the bull dance and they will run away and they will not hurt you. But for our purposes, we will, just skip by all these jocks. Whoops, that's stuck on a corner there. Just gonna run past all of them, doesn't really matter, and just go to our nerdy.
Careful! Patrols are everywhere. We are in grave danger at this very moment.
You're in grave danger of a knuckle sandwich if you don't get on with it, that's what.
Here's a ball we've rigged. Get to the shed by the field and swap it for the real game ball.
Alright, perfect. So, take an optimal line here, go through these benches. Doesn't matter if these jocks antagonize you. Just drop off the football.
You should come this way.
Interception!
Alright. So, for the second one, you're just going to want to turn around, jump over that fence. I'm sorry, the bench. And talk to the second nerd.
This glue bottle. It's full of glue.
This part, or this section of the game is filled with unskippable cutscenes, like all these ones where they're showcasing the pranks. Can't skip them. They're just kind of sitting there watching them. Alright. So, this one, there is a pretty swaggy strat where you can drop a stink bomb or a marble. Whoop, I didn't want you to grab me. And you will skip gluing this animation of the bench. I found that is pretty inconsistent. I actually lost a minute here in my PB due to fucking up the strat. So I'd advise against doing it unless you really need the time save. But not doing it is completely fine. And once you skip that cutscene, you can go ahead, skate glitch, and I'm going. It doesn't really matter which ones you do first here. There are two options of nerds. I always choose to go to the left and do Melvin first. Some people go to the right, but I've always just done Melvin. This is one where you do marbles on the field. I will showcase a way that you can hit two. So there's 3 checkpoints on the field for the marbles that you got to throw. I'm going to showcase how you can hit 2 with 1 throw. So I'm going to get off my skateboard and just stand still, throw. Oh, I didn't do it right. But usually, if you get past a certain line on the football field, you can just throw it and it will count for 2 spots. That time it didn't work, but you get the idea. Alright. So this is probably the coolest strat in this mission that we're about to do. So we're gonna go over to Algae. This is one we're gonna go be in the Jocks sports cooler that has like their Gatorator.
Is it quit messing around before I lose my patience and hurt you? No, but it'll do. Okay, here's the deal. The jocks keep their game sports drink in a cooler. Go urinate in it. Enhance it if you will.
Okay. So you're going to take the left side entrance by the pool. It's pretty specific. We're gonna go down, make sure that these guys are looking at us, and then turn around and go around them. You can go ahead and be in their cooler right away, no problem whatsoever. If you do mess that up somehow, just do the jock dance, and they will go off you. That it loses about like probably 20 seconds. Do the jock dance, have them, not hurt you. But it is 10 times faster than actually beating Damon and Kirby up if they do happen to spot you peeing in the cooler.
Hey, Jimmy. Nice outfit.
And this is the last nerd agent that we will be doing.
How do I mess up those jocks? Straight to business, eh? Okay. There's a switch box on the scoreboard on the field. Get to it and switch it. Sounds easy. What will it do? It'll change the text of the scoreboard. I reprogrammed it. You'll like it. The jocks won't.
Alright. Coach skateboard. And I'm going to skate down the stairs and then jump at the last second to get across the field as quick as possible. And then just go and program the sign. That's about as best as you can do it. And we're getting ready for the Jockbots fight. Now I'm going to note something here. There can be a soft lock here. It's called the Big Crash. We call it that because the mission name is the Big Game. It's called the Big Crash. This can happen. It's completely random. But if I were to get accepted to the marathon, I'd be making a backup save just so we can see the rest of the game no matter what. But let's hope it doesn't occur here. It's completely random. It kills runs. Very annoying. This is why not a lot of people speedrun this game. Very annoying. So all you can do is hope and pray that it doesn't happen. And if it does, oh well. So let's hope it doesn't happen. Okay, that's good. So this is only the second phase of 3 that we are doing, so there's one more chance that we can still get it. Alright. Please don't crash. Okay, perfect. So we didn't get the big crash. This is good. If we were to get the big crash, your screen would go black, and usually there'd be, you know, a big noise. Very annoying. Just happens. But it didn't happen this time. This is very good. So I'm just running here to avoid getting hit by these guys that are chasing me. Pick up this ball, and I'm just picking up the balls and throwing them at Tad's defense.
Screw yourself, noodle
What's
arm.
the matter? Can't take
And then I'm going to go ahead and sack Ted. And that's the Jock boss fight done. That's the end of Chapter 4 as well.
That's right, losers.
Skip the cutscene. And perfect.
So here I am, suddenly the king of the school. I never meant for things to turn out this way. I just wanted to control a couple of psycho kids and be left alone. But now I guess I'm certainly going to live the good life.
Alright, so this is the last chapter of the game, Chapter 5. So we got to do a few things. When we first load in, we're going to go ahead and grab a bike from the garage. And then we're going to go park it in front of the school.
Jimmy, forgive me, but I gotta go.
Grab your bike. Park it in front of the school's infirmary entrance. Kind of awkward, but did it. Perfect. Now you're going to go ahead and enter the school. And go up to art class. And we're just going to do the same thing that we did in Chapter 2. Start the class and fail right away. The reason we're doing this is so that we can skip time, so that by the time we finish all the missions that we have to do in the day, you can go ahead and go to sleep almost right away. We usually, if you're fast, you have to wait like a good 45 seconds maybe. Before you can go to bed. So there's about 45 seconds away that you can make these set of missions from making a mark to the mission trophies. So go to the boys' dorm, start the mission, and then you're going to go ahead and skate down this road and go to City Hall. It's very important that you do not trigger the garage opening on the left up here. So don't go to the left. So I'm going to go in front of it, and then I'm going to pick up these firecrackers, this launcher, and marbles. If you open the garage door, your bike will despawn by the infirmary, and that will lose you time later. So we're going to City Hall right now, and we're going to lay our mark. I have spray paint. You should still have your spray paint that you got. Mandy's posters from Chapter 4. If you don't, the only reason you wouldn't have them is if you got busted or whatever, which would already basically kill your run. Or if you died and failed the mission. Here. So we're just tagging up City Hall right now. Bull worthless. Pretty funny. Ha ha ha. And we're going to jump down City Hall. I'm going to show you a little trick. If you pull out your skateboard and then de-equip it right before... Yep, perfect. So I pulled out my skateboard there, and then I de-equipped it halfway down the ladder, or halfway down the fall. It did basically the same thing that a firecracker warp would do. It took away half of my health. So this will be useful in a later mission where we actually have to do a firecracker knockout warp. We don't have to use 2 firecrackers, we can just use one. Perfect. And skateboard back to the dorm. And you can go ahead and end the mission.
I did it! That's great. Listen, we've got a problem. I'm the king.
Alright, so for the next few missions, we're going to be using the items that we collected during making the mark, i.e. the firecrackers, the rocket launcher, and the marbles. So, rats in the library. You're going to want to skate over to the library. And start the mission. Equip your marbles.
This is a disgrace!
And what I like to do is I will run forward and I will use all my marbles, or at least 3 or 4. 2. I'm going to put 1 down here. And then I'm going to use one of them, this corner right here. Then I'm going to use a couple of these to knock out the remaining rats in that corner. And then shoot the... Perfect.
Check the delivery crates to see if any of them are still lurking in there.
These crates?
Yes, those crates. The rats appeared once those books were delivered.
Everything seems to be fine, miss. I think I got them all.
Thank you, Jimmy. If you
I
have
think my
any
splits are
late
messed up
fees,
for
I
my
think we
key.
can
That's
just forget about them.
I did that a long time ago. I mean, thank you, miss. Ain't no stopping Jimmy Hopkins.
okay. Now for the gym is burning mission. Go ahead and skate over here. Oh, I accidentally hit the stairs and fell. Well, that's sometimes what you can do if you don't time your jump correctly.
I don't believe this! Oh no!
Alright, so in this mission, you are putting out fires in the gym. And you're going to want to go ahead and grab the fire extinguisher and put out all these fires. Get the fire extinguisher and just hold RT. As far as I know, there's really no specific route to take out these fires. I think the one I'm doing is the fastest, but I've never really cared to check. You know, or I'm sorry, I know the one I'm doing is like what everybody else does, but I've never checked to see if there's like it makes any difference. The fire's not being put out. You have to go directly onto the fire. If you don't, then not successfully put out the fire. You'll just be standing there, fire extinguisher in the air.
Oh, Jimmy, thank you.
What happened, Mandy?
I don't know, but I saw some weirdo downstairs.
So now, after we put out all those fires, we're gonna go down to the girls' locker room. I'm gonna pull out my firecrackers right away and just run down there. And trigger Townie that spawns in, get you over. Then as soon as the cutscene is over, I can go ahead and do a firecracker knockout warp, which will put me next to the infirmary and onto my bike that I stored before before making a mark.
Stopping Jimmy Hopkins.
Perfect. Alright, and there's my bike, that's still there. So it wouldn't be there if I triggered the garage in my skateboard on making a mark. So that's why I said it's very important to not go close to that garage. So now we're going to do the mission Finding Johnny Vincent. This is the way Rockstar made this game. They intended for this mission to be a stealth mission. But the way we're going to do it is not stealthy at all.
It's not my fault.
Well, where'd he go then?
This is a pretty nervous mission that a lot of people have trouble with when they first start learning the game. But my advice is just be confident. Be confident in what you're doing and don't really hold back too much. So we're going to grab those firecrackers that's are consistently spawned right there. Make our way over to the asylum. I'm going to cut through this like little neighborhood here. And Abbey Vault Asylum is where we want to be. We're gonna ride our bike all the way to the back entrance where we're gonna climb up a tree. And you want to have 5 firecrackers when starting this mission. You always want to have 5 because you're gonna need 2 for 2 for this mission and 3 for the next. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to do this. In this first area room, you can just stand up and run right away. Stand up and run. Nobody will see you. Then what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna run forward. Trigger the dialogue. Throw firecracker. Jump. Then run all the way back to despawn the guy. Then run forward. Just open this door. Pretty easy. Be confident. Then you're gonna want to jump onto this table. Jump over. Run to the left here. You won't get spotted. Just be confident. That's all I can say. You will. No.
You gotta get me out of here. You gotta get into the control room to open the door. Get an orderly uniform from the laundry room. The dropout sector.
If you start second guessing yourself, that is when you will get spotted. Just go. Wait till this guy rounds the corner. Then you can run forward. I'm gonna wait for this guy to start moving. Then I'm gonna kick open the door, watch the mini map, your best friend, and then go ahead and grab the uniform. Perfect. So we did that stealth part completely non-stealthy.
You want your break?
Wait for Jimmy to say you want your break, then kick open this door. Lever. And help Johnny escape. Sometimes that adult will get stuck. Will stand in your way, and you have to kind of like push him out by jumping. But luckily that did not happen. Right, so just run through the asylum, follow my movement. Perfect.
Thanks for getting me out, Jimmy.
How'd you get in there to begin with?
Some of the local kids said they'd gotten together with Lola. I went a little crazy.
I can believe that.
Yeah, anyway, so I gotta find Lola, see if it's true or not. See ya.
All right, Johnny. Have fun.
Okay. So, right when mission passed is up, you're going to want to turn to your right to knock out.
Jimmy Hopkins.
This will put you right in front of the next mission, Revenge on Mr. Burton. Alright. So, Revenge on Mr. Burton.
Just looking for one of those.
Skate forward and take the bus. Then you're going to want to go into Bulworth Town. You're going to want to, you have 3 firecrackers at this point, which is the most optimal. So go ahead and grab your Aquaberry Cruiser. And skate and grab the cutters that are in this alleyway.
Better collect this.
Fortunately, the cool music stops as soon as you grab the cutters, and you're going to make your way over to the gardens, Bulworth Vale. So just follow this route, go across this bridge, and meet Zoe in the gardens. Slow down when you're going up these stairs, as you can fall off pretty easily if you're not careful.
Did you get them?
Yeah, I got him.
After Jimmy has finished talking to Zoe, get back on your bike,
When he goes running.
and you're going to destroy
This one.
porta potties.
Send him on a trip. I'll take care of this. You make sure he doesn't use one of the other ones.
This sounds like it's gonna be good.
Get back on your bike, pull out your firecrackers, and you're good. And when you get close to the toilet, hold down RT and then throw it. So hold and then throw. Hold, throw. That should be good. And these firecrackers will destroy the toilets with 1 hit. If you don't have enough firecrackers, just slam into the toilets. They'll be fine. Obviously, not as fast as using a firecracker, but fine. Alright, so now I'm gonna get on to the lawnmower and ram the tracker to the porta potty.
Oh my god! Corn! I didn't have corn for dinner!
Okay, once you've finished that mission, go ahead and run back. Your bike will be freaking out on the ground. Just get on the bike and head towards the Preppy's Vandalized. At the boxing gym. You don't need an Aquaberry sweater to trigger this mission.
Oh, here he is.
Great. To start the mission, get back on your bike, and we're going to take the shortcut that we took throughout the game, mostly on. Well, we only really took it on Lola's race. We're gonna take this across the bridge here. Saves 2 seconds. Then going across the normal way. Then you're gonna take the dirt path. Go through here. Taking the dirt path saves time because it's one straight road instead of taking many different turns. Then go up to these creatures that are standing right. Skip the cutscene and do a bunny hop to turn around. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to go take the same route that we did in Finding Johnny Vincent, except park in front of the warehouse here. Now just pull out your skateboard. This is another meant to be stealthy mission. Don't have to be stealthy at all. It does not matter. Take that right side. Pull out your camera. Take a photo of them loading the rats into the crates. Stand up and you're gonna run out the back entrance. Jump over that fence and do the swag jump. Now you're not gonna take your bike, just skateboard down to the docks faster. You can do a pretty swag jump here where you jump missed it. You can jump up onto the docks. Pretty risky though, because if you fall in the water, you will mission fail. And take the photo, and then wait until the prompt says return to the boxing gym, and then jump in the water. I've lost runs because I have not waited for the prompt. I took the photo, and then I jumped into the water, and mission failed. So wait for the prompt always. So swim to this beach, then you're gonna go ahead and get on the main road, and pull out your skateboard. Perfect.
Well, Popper, what did you find?
So, it is 6 o'clock right now. So that means we have 1 minute to spare until we can go to sleep and progress. Basically means I'm just going to screw around for a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to park my bike right here. I'm actually going to back it up a little. Park my bike right here so I can use it. Busting in part 1. Just going to enter the building. Just run around for a little bit. Maybe get some firecrackers. I'm just gonna stand by my bed, wait for 7 o'clock to roll around, then immediately go to sleep. I can go to sleep. Alright. And, yeah. I didn't hear the announcement, though. Usually there's an announcement by Miss Danvers saying to go to the principal. What you can do is you can just get busted and you will start the mission. Alright, so after you skip this cutscene, go ahead and run out of the dorm. Oop. Start the mission busting in part 1.
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing?
Terrible. Everybody hates me.
Okay. So, oh, my bike despawned. Fun stuff. Alright, so usually I gotta find a better place to park that. So, if your bike despawns, don't worry, just skate. Okay? You're gonna go to Russell's house right now. And just grab this bike that's right here. Oh, and don't crash. That's not a good idea. Hey, what the hell? So, the route to get to Russell's house, you go through the gardens, then you can go around the back way. I like to, so the perhaps don't steal my bike, I like to park my bike about right there.
Hey, Russell! I need your help to bust into the dropouts' hideout.
Alright, so run and get on your bike that you parked. And you can get in front of Russell so he will rubber band a bit quicker. And you could just bike pump the entire time there. I'm not gonna bike pump when I go through this this little shortcut here because it says I'm gonna lose Russell and I don't want to go too far ahead. If you go too far ahead, you will mission fail. And and then don't do any crazy shortcuts, just take the line on the road. So we're gonna go to the right of Yum Yum Market here. And I'm going to grab firecrackers and stink bombs. Then, you can try and get in front of Russell here again. You can do that easily by brake pumping. Then there's going to be spray paint over here that we're going to want to collect. Make sure you grab that, and when you get to this first post, you can jump off your bike, start the cutscene.
Damn! They're locked!
Okay, great. Busting in part 1 is done. Now it starts busting in part 2. Pull out your skateboard, and then pull out your slingshot, and you're going to slingshot these guys in the head. So hit this button, and then hit the guy on this side on the left. So that the guy on the right will look at him. Oh, actually, I think I hit the guy. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit the button. Grab that. You're gonna grab the bottle rockets there. Those are important for the next mission. Then, so we're throughout busting in part 1 and 2, we're grabbing lots of weapons. So we grabbed the firecrackers, we grabbed the bottle rockets, we grabbed the spun gun just there. And these are all going to be useful in Complete Mayhem, the final mission of the game. So skate through all these docks, get to the train yard, hit this trigger. It's important they have clean skating in this. Alright, so ollie up this hill, and then try to weave your way through this area. See, I did that perfectly. It's just faster if you don't get off your skateboard and run. Alright. Oh, that's not what I want to do. You don't want to get tackled by those guys. I'm just gonna try to jump down. Careful not to land on Zoe. If you attack Zoe, you will mission fail. Pretty annoying. Basically a run killer. Oof. Got that corner too tight.
I don't think I can beat all of them.
Hang on, Jimmy. You'll see. Hey,
Okay. So after Zoe is talking to them, go ahead and run up the side of this building and grab your slingshot. Make sure it's out. All right. So here you're gonna want to aim down sights immediately and hit him, and hit him again. And oh, you're supposed to hit him 3 times, but I got tackled, which is fine. Ooh, wow, this is not good. Alright, so once you grab the key card, you can enter the building and have your fight with Edgar. So fight with Edgar can be pretty tricky to get right. So when you get to this crawl section, just jump. Then what you want to do is, instead of going across the pipe, just get out your skateboard. Oop, I fucked up. Oh, I definitely fucked up. So I'm not doing this correctly. What you're supposed to do? Very difficult. Not very, but I'm just bad at it. There we go. Supposed to just jump down. I lost a little bit of time, but that's okay. Alright, so here's what you're going to want to do. Wait till Edgar charges at you, and then jump out of the way. Then just hit him repeatedly by holding X. Ooh, it actually might hurt me. Oh wow, look at that. That's interesting. He might actually kill me. I've never had that happen before. Yeah, okay. Oh well. I've never had that happen before, where he's knocked me out for a section. That's really supposed to be possible, but it's okay, there is a checkpoint. Unfortunate, but we can try again. Let me try again. I'm gonna run and jump, and I'm just gonna hit him repeatedly. X. And once he gets to yellow, go ahead, and you're gonna try. All right, perfect. That's called door skip, and you are going to try and do that. So this is basically the same as the Johnny fight. If he's blocking, just hit him harder with holding X. And then go ahead and do the first of your firecracker warps right there.
You want some more? Come on. You know, you're all right, Jimmy. Yeah, okay. See ya.
And then with the second firecracker warp, I'm gonna run to my right
Ain't no stopping Jimmy
and do it.
Hopkins.
Because that's a weird spot in the game where you throw the firecracker will go farther than you can run. But here we are, the last mission of the game. So, last mission, pull your skateboard, and we're gonna go rescue Russell. Complete Mayhem has 3 parts. Rescuing Russell, defeating the gang leaders, and fighting Gary. So, last mission, what you're gonna do is just use your skateboard, oops, and go ahead and go rescue Russell. Move your way in and out. I did not trigger him. Once Russell says Jimmy, you can go ahead and leave Wonder Meats. And you don't have to stay with him, you can just go far ahead of him. And here's a little cool thing you can do when Jimmy's done talking to Russell.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Come on, we gotta get to the school. All hell's breaking loose.
You can go ahead and hit Russell. It's a fun little thing.
Hey, Jim.
Alright, here's what you want to do. skippable cutscene, by the way.
Edgar, we'll take out the gang leaders. Without them, Gary's got nothing.
Okay. Oops. Alright, so grab your bike from your garage and head over to the gym. And before you get to the gym, pull out your slingshot. If I didn't get it in time. It's 3 to the left. Forgot. But you're gonna use your slingshot on the nerds. Use a specific weapon for each boss fight.
You idiot! Gary's plans are a load of crap. I should know.
Get him. Great. It's not morals. Nothing can stop us.
Whatever. I'm gonna stop you both.
So your slingshot and nerds, you will usually kill them right away. Guy. Oh. You can leave right away. Alright, so the next place we're going to is we are going to the Harrington house where we're going to be fighting the preps. And you should get out your rocket launcher for this fight.
Oh, it's the thug. Don't worry, boys. I'll deal with him.
You get really tiresome, doggy. Cut it out.
So I'm gonna get out the rocket launcher, just fire this at this bitch. It kills him the fastest, and then I'm gonna throw this guy, and then once they're both knocked out, I can go ahead and skate off into get on the bike again. And for the we're gonna go to the library next and see the jocks. And pull out a spud gun for this fight.
Ted, I need you to help me. Get lost, Jimmy. You ain't nothing. You're just asking for it.
So aim down sights and hit Ted in the head. Oh, I missed him the second time. I'm supposed to hit him 2 times in a row and he will die. Then I'm gonna hit Damon, head, a couple times, and then I'm gonna hit him. And then, boom, right there. Last guy. Oh, that didn't work. There we go, perfect. Then for the last greasers, I'm gonna use the firecracker launcher. I'm sorry, not it's the bottle rocket, whatever you want to call it. Firecracker launcher, rocket. And this is at the girls' dorm. Let's see if we can get a cola right. Let's see this.
This is awesome. What the hell are you doing, Johnny? Why are you taking orders from Gary?
Shut up, Jimmy! You left us and everything went down the toilet!
I beat you once, I'll beat you again.
So once I use those 2 rockets, I'm just gonna slingshot these 2 guys. Grab some beam colas. It's important that you grab beam colas because your health will not restore for the Gary fight, as far as I know. And then go ahead and go to the school, and this completes the second part of Complete Mayhem. And then this is the final section. So this is like a 1.5-minute long cutscene. Or I'm sorry, just a cutscene.
Go
Good.
help everyone calm down. I've got some business with Gary.
Understood. Good luck.
Weapons are for prefects only.
No! Get off my little body! Slow down so Russell can smash you!
Oh, come on.
Your attention, please! Jimmy is complete human trash!
Gary, you little bitch! Come out!
James, I've been waiting. Let the games begin.
Okay, perfect. This is the final
Gary!
little push
Why'd
of the
you
game.
do it, Gary?
So run to the right immediately, so you don't get hit by this brick. Then go across the beam.
If you prove to be one thing this year, it's slow. You'll never catch me, Hopkins.
And then you're gonna climb up the ladder.
Jimmy, from the start.
Gary's gonna push a wheelbarrow at you, so just go to the left or right. And climb up, and then run to the right so you don't get hit by a brick. Perfect. You can use LT. You can hold down LT to maneuver yourself correctly. Like advanced. So I'm just gonna go across right here. And when he throws stuff at you, just move Jimmy left and right like this without falling. So you can dodge. Again, he's gonna push down a wheelbarrow full of stuff at us. Go left or right, whatever makes sense. Sometimes he won't push it down, and you can actually just climb up right away. Pretty helpful. You're gonna want to climb up over these bells and start the fight. And here we go. Alright, so for this fight, you just want to... Oh, I just messed up. You just want to grab Gary and repeatedly strike him with it. Just grab him and hit him. Fastest way. Because we don't have any weapons, we have to make use of our fists. And this is supposed to be a really cool boss fight where you can use like all the moves you learned throughout the game, but we're just gonna grab him and bail on him. And there we go. That is the end.
Smith! I heard the whole thing!
Boom. There we go. Timing ends.
Finally, everything is
And
sorted out.
that is
More or
bully
less.
any percent.
I mean, I don't want to say we're going to live happily ever after or anything like that.
Yeah.
But life is
I
certainly
hope you
going to
enjoyed
get
this
easier.
run. This is my PSA submission. Yeah, I'm Dillatronus2651. This was Bully Scholarship any percent. Hope you enjoyed. Live at twitch.tv/Dillatronus2651. My chat's with me. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll get nothing. This was an okay run. Some bad things happened, but still sub 230. That's pretty good.